The times are really changing, like the earth is changing, things are changing out there. We need to try to fight it, And these storms are just getting worse and worse. It had me scared, I'm scared always now. When the storms come in, I'm scared all the time since that flood happened at the house. So it's been real crazy.
One of the heavy ones, man.
My mom and dad, my grandpa and grandma, all they spoke was Lakota in the homes. Until I went to school is where we learned how to speak English. My brothers and sisters older than me experienced the boarding school era. So there was a generational gap there that some language was lost.
Some of us, we don't, not much to do, so you get that reservation rigor mortis set in and on, and nothing happens. It teaches you strength and stuff like that, endurance and stuff, That's how it is, tough. They made it tough for natives to survive anyway. You gotta be tough to survive anyway as a native.
We believe that everything has a spirit. That tree has a spirit. Even the grass has spirit, But that Mother Earth gives them that spirit. And then in return, we give it back. If we can give it back, hey, more power to that. And then, like I said, for the next generation,
It's building that bridge for the generations to come together and start to share and start to talk and laugh and enjoy the day planting the tree.
Coming to being in elements like this is really refreshing. This is where you could come and clear your mind and pray and just be one, and just be one with Mother Earth and the trees,
Planted so long that the young guys still have some years to experience, and they're not as strong yet. They're gonna give out right away. That's how long I've been. Where it's kind of like easy. Whenever there's not too much filming and stuff, then you could get in that groove too, and then you could even meditate about it. If you're native, that's your DNA. You could go ahead and work with that energy on your own, however you want to do that. However you want to perceive planting trees, if it's a spiritual thing or if it's just drop a tree in the ground and move on, or however. Takes your mind off a lot of stuff doing this work. And then also when you're doing it, you're free of worrying about everything, you know what I mean? Everyday life. Putting trees back into Mother Earth, and especially on the reservation. It's feels good because nobody else is doing it here.
My name is Gloria Reyes, Red Cloud. I'm from Cheyenne River. I've been at this now for 6 years, planting trees. It's fun. It's fun to teach people and show them how easy it is to do a tree, you know, and get out there and help them, you know, show them that it's good for the world and everybody that lives here.
About it, the more guys, the more tree planters.
We kind of took a crash course this morning. We did a 101 this morning real quick. They showed us how to use what they call the hoe daddy, scraping back the dirt, the roots, bringing back the roots, and then using the hoe daddy to make a hole so that way we can put in the pine trees that we're growing, and then we put it in there, we cover it back up, and we use our feet to stomp on it so that way we're closing up the air pockets.
These cones need a certain temperature to bust open like that. And this is from last year. This is a new cone. So the temperature has to reach over 100 degrees. So fires are good. And we as natives, we manage our forest areas. This fire, you can tell it was pretty intense.
Yeah, we kind of had a bad winter, you know, but not really a bad one, but had some snowstorms, good ones.
We had a fire here, the spring of 2019. So we came up here and we put 8,000 trees in here. It's one of the highest points on the res here. So everybody was devastated when they said Porcupine Butte's on fire. It went through the Moccasin Telegraph like wildfire, as it did here, you can tell. Just, you could see the smoke for miles. Everybody was worried about the butte. What's that? Yes, there is. Be careful. Keep going to the side. Hey. The trees are burnt at the base. And this was 2019, so by a year or two, maybe they'll be falling over. Nobody came up to harvest them out to make to lumber, to build a home or anything with them. Right here, look. Right? All along this road to the top of the hill. There's one that didn't make. There's another one. Here's one right here. Yeah, it really affected, you know, especially the neighbors within the area. They were afraid that the wind was going to take it and they would, you know, they would lose everything they have. They have very little, and then the fire came through their area, they'll lose everything that they have.
There's a lot of trees that are dying, or they're killing them to make things, you know. And he replenishes Mother Earth, Unchi Maka. That's Mother Earth in Lakota. But see, I'm not Lakota, but I've been here long enough to know the language and speak it a little bit. Originally, I'm from Wyoming. I'm a northern Arapaho from Wyoming.
So we said, well, let's go up to let's go up to Nobby's place and fill in.
In the white man's term, I think they probably call it a conscience. It tells you don't do it or do it. That's where that spirit is. And then after we get back to Mother Earth and, you know, we're buried, our spirit still wanders. It's still here. I believe that. And then, like, we as human beings nourish the ground again. Who knows, you know? But we get buried, but our spirit within us, it never dies.
That's why I stress that how important it is to start, you know, getting back, coexisting with the earth and managing the earth as our ancestors did.
Here in Lakota, they call it wasapi, and that's the green leaves that you see on the pine trees. And so that covers for shade, you know. So, and then they use the wood for fire. You know, they use it for sweat lodge or homes.
I use the pine from the trees for the arbors and everything. So it's good that we can plant some more trees.
This is why I like living here. This is why I missed it here. You know, get a good focus. You could see 50 miles. It's beautiful here.
Earth isn't gonna last forever, you know, everything's gonna get used up one day. You know, they had like electric cars back in like, what was it, the 30s, the 40s, when they first had the first one. They should have been using those instead of fossil fuels. Fossil fuels run out.
I'll make it look easy. People my age, they're all with canes and whatnot. I'm still moving. I got this. I'm all right.
You know, there's a lot of negativity and unsafe environment, you know, that's going around not only here on the reservation but throughout America. And so, you know, at times this is probably the safest I feel is being out here. You know, there is no alcohol around, there's no drugs, there's no meth, you know, it's kind of like being in a good, perfect, serene place. Whereas you go back out into the communities, you know, you see a lot of the isms that's impacted our reservation through America.
I'm slowly learning your guys' ways, business ways, you know, buffalo ways. There are buffalo now, you know what I mean? Everything, what's everything to a native was buffalo, was shelter, food, everything was buffalo. So then now as well, they took away the herd, what's the buffalo about? They said, figure it out. We have to learn the ways. And then all that time, it's just economics. It seems like but us natives, we don't want to become like Bill Gates or Donald Trump and overdo it. We would rather like just have enough. That's how we do it. So, but we have to create our own economics about it.
Yeah.
So, because nobody's gonna come in and save us anyway.
Yeah. So, and in other ways, it's good to find other Earth people. You know, Because Lakota people, they were earth people, took care of the land like that, those types of things. And so, you know, like out in this real world, it's I would honestly just say the white man, they're starting to figure out, you know, we should be more of the like the natives, you know, let's find out what they do with the land, what's, you know.
The immersion of the language, the identities that is coming back to our people's song and dance for this younger generation coming up now, I think there's hope in that for them to understand who they are, where they come from. They have a spiritual side of who they are, the connections that they need to make with Mother Earth, you know, the water, the stars, the air. So, you know, I feel like there's hope.
Knowing that the seed of the tree that we're planting comes from the Black Hills means a lot to me. Being able to bring that seed back to here and then to replant it here, which is only 50 miles away. So
maybe we'll come back one day and say, there's the tree I planted, you know. There's the tree, and hopefully it's about that big, you know, maybe bigger.
The Black Hills to the Lakota people is the heart of everything. Everything that is within, from Ompetui, from the sun to the core of the Mother Earth, and everything within that in sacred motion, sacred movement. We say taku shkan oyate. Everything that's in sacred movement.
And so that'd be accomplishment, you know, showing them something. Just like your children, you watch them grow. You take care of them, they'll grow, you know. So that's, every tree is a prayer that goes into that, you know. So that's what I do.
The secret's all about the throw. Gotta throw it. Might take you a couple times. There you go. That's the secret right there. Hold on up the tree. And be ready to put it in there. Close the bottom. Like that. Good tree. Should grow.